that whole little spat, okay, me and Marcus talked this last night, the little spat between Chris Jones, okay,
and Joe Cullen.
And Joe Cullen, yeah.
Okay.
Tell him it's a nothing but. How do you feel about it? I told him it was really a nothing but. These things do happen, but go ahead. What do you think?
I mean, they've been battling for each other, pushing each other to. I mean, when you want somebody to go from being good to great and from great to elite, that's not an easy. It's not easy to motivate guys and push guys to get to that next level. And so there's certain buttons you have to push to get people to, require more out of themselves than they can even do on their own. So that's a really fine line of how to encourage and motivate. You're trying to motivate the player. The lead, obviously, Chris Jones is the leader on the defensive line. He's trying to make sure that his guys are doing what they're supposed to be doing, and he's trying to motivate them. So, we've seen it happen so many times. It's just par for the course. It's just when you're on the battle, when you're out there on the football field, man, like it ain't nothing personal. Like everybody's just trying to do whatever we got to do to win. We can kumbaya, have a drink, and cheers and hug each other all after the game. But in the course of that 60 minutes, man, like sometimes you don't have time to figure out what's the nice way to say something. Right? You don't got time to figure out how. Let me make sure you're in the right mode or mindset for this criticism, for me to give it to you the right way. So, hey man, you got two grown men out there. Coach Cullen is an awesome motivator of men. He's a leader of the entire defensive line. He takes a lot of pride in getting to the quarterback. And so, hey, from an alignment, assignment, execution, anybody who's not doing their job, it don't matter if you're Chris Jones or who you are. You got to have you can't wear that pride on your shoulder. You got to go ahead and just accept the coaching, the criticism, and then move on. Use it to motivate yourself, and then Chris can turn around. I know I've seen him sometimes give an earful to his teammates about certain things. So I think they all find a way to continue to work together, grow together, continue to get after that quarterback. Like you said, as long as that defense stays together and keeps communicating, I think that this defense is going to be one of the best defenses we've seen in Kansas City for a long time.
Oh, yeah. I agree with you. Well, and I hope they don't break up the band at the end of this season, man. I hope they, too. Keep the base playing.
Money talk. At the end, once the season over, it's money talks time. That's money. So up until then, man, we'll see. Talking about defensive tackles and their ability to stop any of the interior runs. I had the defensive tackles graded out as a B+. I thought they did an awesome job of controlling the center and guards, the A gaps. I thought they did an awesome job of collapsing the pocket, not giving Josh Allen any room to step up into we call it climbing the pocket to make his throws. Especially in the second half, you saw a lot of the overthrows, a lot of the off-target throws. And I think it's because of our defensive tackles, the way they kind of collapse the pocket from the middle of the pocket. And we go on to the defensive ends. Obviously, Chris Jones counts as both. Karlaftis and Mike Dana and everybody. A great job, I think, defensive ends. I gave them an A. Getting to the quarterback, especially in that second half, I know we only got credit for a few sacks, but it was double-digit pressures. I mean, he was under the rest all day. And we didn't have to overly bring blitzes or pressure packages to get him off schedule as far as the throwing game, as far as the passing game. So the D-line, the ends, I gave them an A. So I think together you probably can give them an A- or B+.
How did you feel as far as the pressures that they gave? Do you feel like they because at times, look, there was a lot of pulling down in the game. And I just, for the life of me, what the offensive line, Bill's offensive line was doing to our defensive tackles, like I'm talking about, it was blatantly obvious, like pulling and pushing. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. This is a whole different technique that I've seen before. They said this is what they're going to do this week. I'm serious. I'm like, how is nobody calling this out?
Yo, just yanking them down by the throats. And I mean, certain things, just like, when was this allowed? When did we start allowing offensive tackles to yank you down? But I mean, again, they'll call it every once in a while, but like you're saying, the amount of times it happened, according to the amount of times the occurrence is happening, was not even close to equal. So I think overall, man, you just like you said, you might have put you might have like called it right when you talk about bully ball. I think there was a mindset of Buffalo coming in was like, listen, win, lose, or draw, we got to let this team know that we are serious and we are a physical team. We're a physical organization. And I think that they came with that mentality at the start of the game, and it might have kind of took the Chiefs a little bit off guard, to tell the truth. I saw a lot of chitter-chatter after by Stephon Diggs with the secondary. I saw a lot of, obviously the offensive line. If you was able to see the game live, even in between commercial breaks and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it was a lot of chatting that had to get, the referees had to get in between the players. So I think, again, two highly competitive teams, both playing. They know they're going to be, the Chiefs know they're going to be involved in the playoffs. I think the Bills knew that this was one of the games. They're backs against the wall, so they're playing for their, playing for their lives each and every week for these last 4 or 5 weeks. So that's the kind of effort you saw to that Bills team, and I think that they play like that each week, they'll have a chance to win out and maybe get a playoff berth. But all in all, man, I think that playing that style is going to maybe take a little bit too much energy, too much wear and tear on the quarterback position, and that's probably why you don't want to play that style all season long, and you hope that maybe can wait until week 16, 17, 18 to have to play that kind of style. So maybe having the quarterback powers and the quarterback sweeps and him running the ball that many times is probably something they had to do a few weeks earlier. But the schedule is what it is, and their playoff life is it's now time for them. Their playoffs has already started, actually.
Well, I think, like you said, man, to stay relevant, they knew they had to come in, and they had to be like, look, we got to come in, and we got to make sure we impose our will. We got to do whatever we need, whatever it takes to win. So it doesn't matter. Hey, let them call it. They call it, let them call it. But I'm letting you know, when we come into this stadium, when we play this team, we're coming in to bloody somebody's noses. That's what we're here to do. Period. That's it. Like we're going to be scrapping. We're going to be fighting because we are fighting to stay relevant. We are fighting to try to salvage our season.
JD, that was your mindset every game, so it didn't matter for you. You started that. That was your mindset during training camp. I'm like, yo, won't this dude calm down? We ain't even preseason yet, and you already trying to choke somebody out and stuff, man. Yo, I'm your teammate. I'm like, hey, baby, we on the same team. Do you know that at practice? Do you know we on the same team? You need me. You need me during the season to play the other team. You do. Do you understand that? Why you trying to choke me out and stuff?
Well, Sean, you know how they say, man, you play like you practice, right? So I just had to get ready, man. Ain't nothing personal, after man, Sean, this guy get ready. When I'm going against Sean Merriman and all them other guys, okay, and all them other Seans and Phillips and all them.
You're right. Yeah,
you're right. For sure. But you know what, man? We knew it was going to be a very competitive game. And I think nobody could. We got exactly what was expected. We knew it was going to be a barn brawler, just going out swinging for the fence every chance that they got. And so Marcus asked this past week, well, who's more desperate? Is it more the Bills being desperate or the Chiefs are desperate? Who needs to win this game? I said the reality is both of them in a sense, right? Chiefs are obviously playing for the first seed or the number 1 seed, to try to make sure they put themselves in a better position, especially to set up in the playoffs. The Bills are trying to salvage their season in any type of way. So we knew it was going to be a very competitive game last night. My thing is, and there's been a lot of things kind of alluding to this, that everybody's talking about, the penalties, okay, the refs and whatnot. And, I'm not going to get into this because it's a whole long different thing. I'm going to do all that and I get you off of here, okay? But to me, when I'm sitting there looking at championship ball, okay, what these guys have been playing, if our defense continues to play the way that they're playing right now, we're going to be fine. We're going to be all right. It's almost like you're sitting there telling the offense, hey, listen, all you need to do is score 21 points, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, and we're going to win the game. We'll take care of the rest, right? I don't care who it is. We done seen the best offenses coming into this stadium, where we're going to them to go see what they can do. And we've been able to go ahead and shut them down. And so I think if the defense continues to play at this high level like they do, okay, Spags keep calling a masterful, brilliant game like he has been calling it. Spags has been lights out to me this entire season. I mean, really, he's got all the weapons and the things that he needs to put guys in action. I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be fine defensively.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.